Messi or Ronaldo debate. In March 2016, two Nigerian friends, 34-year-old Obinna Michael Durham Chukwu and 21-year-old Nuabu Chukwuma, were living in Mumbai, India, spent a Saturday night celebrating Durham Chukwu's birthday. They had known each other for years, both living far from home in the same city. The next morning, with drinks still in their system from the night before, the two started discussing football, and the conversation turned into the same debate that has split fans worldwide for over a decade. Who was better, Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo? Durham Chukwu was a Messi fan, while Chukwuma preferred Ronaldo. What started as a friendly debate slowly became more heated and personal, as neither man was willing to change his opinion. At some point, Durham Chukwu picked up a glass and threw it at Chukwuma's face. The glass missed and shattered against the wall, but it cut Chukwuma slightly as it broke. That was the moment everything changed. Chukwuma bent down, picked up one of the broken shards from the floor, and used it to stab Durham Chukwu in the throat. Durham Chukwu bled out before help could do anything for him. Police arrested Chukwuma and charged him with murder. The case went viral internationally, covered by ESPN, NBC, and several other major outlets. It was a heartbreaking loss for Durham Chukwu's family back in Nigeria. They lost their son over an argument about two footballers neither man had ever met. The final punch. Bryan Stow was a 42-year-old paramedic from Santa Cruz, California, a father of two and a devoted baseball enthusiast whose favorite team was the San Francisco Giants. On March 31, 2011, he drove nearly 300 miles south with friends to watch the Giants play the Dodgers on opening day, wearing his Giants jersey. Inside the stadium, a man named Luis Sanchez had been drinking heavily and harassing opposing fans, throwing peanuts at a woman sitting in the stands. When the game ended, Sanchez and his friend Marvin spotted Bryan in the parking lot. He came up from behind and punched him in the side of the head without warning. Bryan was unconscious before he hit the ground. His head cracked against the concrete. Bryan's friend Corey Maciel dove over him to shield him and later told investigators, "I saw his brain. His skull fracture was that badly cracked open." Sanchez kicked Bryan in the head 3 more times as he lay motionless. Part of Bryan's skull had to be surgically removed. He spent 9 months in a medically induced coma and had to relearn how to walk, talk, and write. Sanchez was sentenced to 8 years in prison. His partner Marvin Norwood was sentenced to 4 years in prison. Both were released before Bryan could fully recover. The Dodgers were found negligent for insufficient security and ordered to pay $18 million. Bryan received less than $6 million after legal costs. One joke too far. In May 2016, two friends in Tamil Nadu, India, were sitting together, drinking and watching cricket. What started as a simple conversation soon turned into an argument that neither of them would walk away from. Dharmaraj, 21, was a die-hard fan of Indian cricketer Virat Kohli and his franchise, Royal Challengers Bangalore aka RCB. His friend Vignesh, 24, supported the rival franchise Mumbai Indians. The two had been close friends for years, but Vignesh had a habit of teasing Dharmaraj about his stutter, a speech difficulty Dharmaraj had dealt with his whole life. That night, as the two argued about the IPL, Vignesh crossed a line he had crossed before, except this time it landed differently. He mocked RCB's form, then mocked Kohli directly, then compared the way RCB played to the way Dharmaraj spoke, mimicking his stutter while doing it. Dharmaraj snapped. He grabbed a bottle and hit Vignesh with it. Then he picked up a cricket bat that was sitting nearby and struck him in the head. Vignesh died from the injuries. Dharmaraj fled the scene afterwards but was tracked down and arrested. The story spread fast online rapidly. Police investigating the case noted that the cricket argument itself was not really the cause. It was simply the spark that finally lit a fuse that had been sitting there for years, built from every joke Vignesh had made at his friend's expense long before that night. NFL tragedy. On September 17, 2023, Dale Mooney, a 53-year-old NFL fan from New Hampshire, was watching his beloved New England Patriots take on the Miami Dolphins at Gillette Stadium. He had followed the team his entire life and had been a season ticket holder for 30 years. By the fourth quarter, with the Patriots fighting to come back, Mooney got into a heated exchange with a Miami Dolphins fan sitting a few rows away in the stadium's upper deck. Witnesses said the two men had been trading words for a while as the game swung back and forth on the field below. At some point, the argument turned physical. Mooney's jersey was pulled over his head during the scuffle, and as he reached up to pull it back down, the Dolphins fan hit him with 2 punches to the head. Mooney went limp and collapsed over in his seat almost immediately. One witness later said he believed Mooney may have already been showing signs of medical distress in the moments right before the punches landed, his body not moving the way it should have, but the blows were what finally knocked him fully unconscious. First responders rushed to the section and worked on him for around 10 minutes before he was carried out and rushed to a nearby hospital in Attleboro, where he was pronounced dead. He left behind two sons. Two men, John Vieira and Justin Mitchell, both from Rhode Island, were charged with assault and battery in connection with the incident. The Kraft Group, which owns the Patriots, released a statement calling Mooney a beloved member of the team's fan community and offering its sincerest condolences to his family. The Superclásico. In Argentina, no rivalry runs deeper than Boca Juniors against River Plate, a fixture so intense that the English newspapers once ranked it above every other sporting event on earth. In one case reported by the Argentine newspaper Clarín, a 21-year-old River Plate fan was walking home after celebrating the victory against Boca when two Boca Juniors supporters confronted him on the street. He had done nothing except support the wrong team in public on the wrong time. The two men suddenly attacked him, and during the assault, one of them stabbed him in the leg. The blade cut through his femoral artery, the same vessel that carries blood from the heart down through the leg. He was rushed to the hospital, but the blood loss was too severe. Before he died, he managed to speak to his mother. According to her account to a local newspaper, he told her, I'm dying. They attacked me for celebrating the victory because I'm a River fan." She later told reporters that her son had only recently recovered from a motorcycle accident, that he still had 3 surgical nails in his leg from the crash, and that he had simply been walking home when the two men found him. He survived a serious accident only to be killed weeks later for cheering for the wrong club on a public street. The Port Said Massacre. On February 1, 2012, one of the deadliest nights in the history of football took place at Port Said Stadium in Egypt after a league match between local club Al Masry and the famous Cairo side Al Ahly. Al Ahly's Ultras, a large and highly organized group of hardcore supporters called the Ultras Alawi, had been at the forefront of the Egyptian revolution that had overthrown President Hosni Mubarak just 1 year earlier. They had clashed repeatedly with police and security forces. There was intense mutual hatred between the group and Egypt's security establishment. When Al Masry fans invaded the pitch after their side won the match, what followed had all the hallmarks of organized violence rather than spontaneous chaos. The stadium lights went out. The exit gates on the Al Ahly side of the ground were locked. Al Ahly fans and players were trapped inside as Al Masry supporters attacked them with knives, rocks, and stadium seats. Fleeing supporters were crushed against the locked doors. 74 people died. More than 1,000 were injured. Dozens of people, including senior security officials, were eventually charged. The night became known simply as the Port Said Massacre. It takes me hours to create just 1 minute of these videos, so I'd truly appreciate it if you could leave a like and share this video with your friends. Also, let me know in the comments what topic you'd like me to cover next. In the meantime, enjoy this time-lapse of me drawing the scenes. I hope you like it.